I'm a legend already, I don't care what you think. And you can lose first place in the blink. I know what you think.
All right. This is a honest review of my experience there thus far. I'm not happy about what I have to do, which is be honest. As we know, there is a such thing called freedom of speech, according to the Constitution. And my hope is that my freedoms are respected as I provide my review and opinion of the school and what I've experienced. In the beginning, I began the master's program, and it was a beautiful, beautiful experience. I never thought that I would even go to school for my master's degree. Heck, I'm not even sure I was certain that I would ever get a bachelor's degree. I come from Detroit, Michigan, where people don't graduate. People don't even go to school. So I began going to GCU as a master's student, and needless to say, it was one of the greatest experiences I've ever had. And I want to add some context by saying that I went to Grand Canyon University's online classes. I took the online version of their master's program, and I had a wonderful experience. One of the biggest reasons why is that I never had to interact with anyone physically or in person. And that was great for me because, I had this sneaking suspicion that if they saw me, that maybe my experience would be different. But it really didn't matter because everything was done online. I went through every single class, and I am very, very happy to announce or say that I got an A in every single class. I'm not sure how rare that is or how common that is, but I can certainly say that for myself, that is very rare. 4.0 student in a master's program, that was great. I graduated with no intention to continue my education past my master's degree. I didn't even want to get my master's degree. So to have completed the program, obviously I was okay with that. I was okay to stop there, but I continued my education with GCU, and I decided to partake in their doctoral program. Now, here's where things start to shift. In the master's program, I never met a teacher. I never really communicated with anyone in person. And it was a wonderful experience. Wonderful. And I'll give you a little secret about myself in the master's program. In the master's program at GCU, you're allowed to create an avatar or a profile picture. And because I feared being discriminated against, I used a happy face, a yellow emoji happy face. That was my profile avatar. I didn't want anyone to know that I was African American. I didn't want to deal with the drama that comes with that. Now, I don't really care about racism, never really experienced it too much. And be honest with you, I know family members that are more racist than any whites I've encountered. So, but now I would like to transition into the doctoral experience. And that is really the purpose of this video. For the doctoral program, I try to maintain my anonymity by keeping my profile picture as a happy face. It seemed to work very well for me. In the master's program, I graduated with a 4.0, and cool, great. It worked for a while. But if you know anything about Grand Canyon University's doctoral program, then you understand that eventually you'll have to do residencies. So I did residencies in which I had to go to the campus, and unfortunately my cover was blown. My cover was blown. Now they could see my skin color. And before, I was able to hide that. My name is Richie Knox. I don't know if that screams black, but to me it doesn't. Richie? No. Not really, not to me. So I was able to hide it, but at this particular point, I was not able to, because a residency is when you go to the university and you have to take about a week's course, like a class that's about a week long. And I met teachers for the first time in person. And I was very optimistic at first until reality struck. And reality was, I'm just a black guy. Now, this is supposed to be a Christian university. So, of course, I was optimistic. But I would argue that I was wrong in my optimism. And why do I say that? Well, remember that 4.0 I told you about? That disappeared. And you might be saying, well, Rich, it's supposed to disappear. You're going to school at a higher level. So naturally, you're going to go against higher courses, higher curriculums, and greater difficulties and more expectations. I would accept all of that. But here's the thing. I only got less than an A in classes where the teacher saw my face. Think about that. Any class where the teacher never met me, never saw my face, never saw my skin color, I got an A in that class. And this is what I promised. This is what I promised. In every class that I took where the teacher never saw my face, I got an A in that class. It's only in the classes where a teacher saw my skin color, saw who I was. It was only in those classes that I had issues. And by issues, I mean A minus, B plus, just a little bit off that A, just to show that, we've all seen this before, especially if you're African American, being marginalized as if you're not that great. You're just okay. Or you're very, very talented, but not perfectly talented. I've been in classes where I was maybe one of two African Americans in the class. Of course, some of those old fashioned things start to creep up where I was called the wrong person's name. I mean, it happens. I didn't think I looked like this guy. I thought I was a lot more handsome, but whatever. And I also encountered a very interesting situation where there was a guy. He was like a pretty old guy. I won't say his name. We were taking a test. And he openly admitted that he didn't know any of the answers, or he wasn't able to type that fast because he was old. So he knew he couldn't type that fast, and he openly said that during the test. Like, excuse me, ma'am, I'm going to probably not do so well because I can't type that fast. And I remember thinking to myself, well, sorry for you. I mean, you knew what you signed up for, right? So the next day, the results for the test came out, and I saw my test. I got a pretty bogus score. It's pretty low, right? And then I talked to him. We had the same answers. In fact, I think I had more answers than he did, and he still scored higher than me. Of course, he was Caucasian American, to be exact. So what does that say about GCU? I'm not sure. I complete my work. I send it in. It takes a month to get back. It takes 3 weeks to get back. I'm told that if you do this and you fix that, we'll pass you and send you through. I fix this. I do that. They say, wait a minute, you missed something? I say, no problem. I fixed something. And then I send it back to them. They said, wait a minute, you missed this. I would like to know if I'm the only one experiencing this, because I don't feel like I am. I feel that by putting this information out, we can start to compare notes. Am I the only student going through this? Are there other African American students going through this? I would like to know. I feel that I am being discriminated against, hazed, or something. I can't put my finger on it, but I don't like the way it feels. I don't like it at all. This is not an attack on the university. It is my way of opening eyes, shedding light on what I believe is an issue. Obviously, GCU has a problem. I would say in all of my experiences with the school, 80% of my professors were white females. That's not good. That's not good. Especially for a Christian college. I've never experienced a teacher that looks like me at GCU. That's not good. Now, that's not entirely GCU's fault, but I would argue that they have some role in that issue. okay? Because they are in control of the hiring process. Are you not scouting African American teachers? Do you not understand that your population consists of African Americans? But my opinion is that because these courses are online, there should be a way to recruit worldwide. Heck, I'll be a master's program teacher if you want me to, because we need diversity and we need people to see themselves when they log into classes. I don't believe that I would have these issues if I had an African American chair, if my AQR reviewer was African American or Asian or Arabic. I should be much further in the doctoral program. I should probably be done by now, but I can't. I'm being stonewalled, in my opinion, based on what I feel. I'm being stonewalled. I'm being held back.